Guess what? That's what's gonna happen. He's not gonna let me be your friend. And you're gonna have to come to a point where you're gonna choose him or me, and you're gonna choose him. Because that's what everyone does. That's what always happens. I'm never good enough.
These sensitive men are dangerous. Pestering, guilt, like texting 1,000 times. They like basically guilt women into sex. Their whole mating strategy is to come off as unthreatening. Person that's of a man's age but is mentally a child. It's stuff that he has a tattoo that says prisoner of love. If this is you, fix it. Fasting, carnivore diet, fix your T levels, start lifting, read That Way of the Superior Man, read A Fire in the Belly. I need better help. BetterHelp.com/Jack. I'm Kitty Cat Man. What these guys are capable of, unbelievable.
She decided to kill her 3-year-old child.
They'll fold on you, they'll gossip, and the way that they maneuver through life are dark, and they have dark souls. Can you imagine writing something like that to your child?
No, never.
It's actually unbelievable.
Feminize
like
themselves to try to get closer.
The beta, like men like this, like sensitive beta males, the way they get is they get a feminine way. Yeah. It's really up.
It's depressing to see.
I've seen instances of that many times.
I went to college at a normal age, and there was a kid there who was like 27. Like he went to college 4 years, and he was all into that traveling stuff. And at the end of it, he developed a man crush on this other kid who was like the cutest guy. This energy right here. You know guys like this?
Yeah.
Where it's like older guy will look at this kid and develop a non-sexual crush because this kid represents the innocence that you lost or whatever. Like I could have been golden like Pony Boy was if only I had been back then. If only I. That's the type of thinking that you get into. There was this guy at school who was such a weirdo, and he made this like crying love letter thing for the local Pony Boy lookalike. Oh. It was brutal. But that kid was a traveler. He was like, I'm just a weary traveler looking for my way in the world, man. When I've encountered guys like this who are like, even the slightest bit of commentary about your feelings. I think Shane Gillis says this. If you talk about your feelings as a man, you're gay.
It sounds like something you would say.
It's 100% true. Like if I ever see a guy like this, Chris,
I can't even make a scowl like that.
My whole steez is about being resolute and suffering through to get the right thing made or accomplished.
It would be pretty funny after all this time if Hassan comes out as gender fluid.
No, he wouldn't. He's a Chad. He's just in this for. I'm pretty cynical.
He's probably getting it.
I'm pretty cynical about his motivations. I think he's just after pussy, which is, fair enough. It's all good. He's gonna pay me a price though. Aside from being politically delusional, he's pretty Chad-like. His early stuff. You remember what was the stuff Hassan used to make? It was like Bro Academy or something. Bro Tips. This stuff was pretty funny. I just gotta lump his head up real quick. Oh, dude. This guy's the most. This is the lowest testosterone. Who are these dysgenic losers? These people should not have made it to this phase here, bro.
Second unskippable ad.
Sickening. Look at how vitamin D depraved. Look how pale his skin is. Like that sort of like thin skin where you can see the veins in the skull underneath. Yeah. I'm surprised his head isn't cracked in from the pressure of those headphones. I'm certain that Sniper Wolf is like a mentally damaged freak that you don't want on your case. Yeah. I'm certain that that's the case. Like one of these girls that just has nothing but, like one of those girls where a switch flips and they decide they're going to make you their little project and hound you and make your life hell. I'm sure she's like that. What I'm saying is, look at this guy. This guy's head should be pulp.
What if
from his own headphones, crushing his head in. She got you, fool. She got you, sucker. In my whole this is such a behavior. Weak, effeminate. Listen to the language he's using. I've been on YouTube for 16 years. I've never once been treated this badly. And you haven't been saying the right things. No, I didn't do exactly what you said. I've just been being an annoying snitch. This guy is the worst. This guy's the worst. Look at his face. Look at that. Look at that. What a psychopath. These beta males, these guys that smile and their whole mating strategy is to come off as unthreatening. You know the type of guy that I'm talking about, where it's like their whole shtick is being unthreatening. What these guys are capable of is unbelievable. Girls have it worse. I really think that's true. I think girls have it worse. Okay, these guys who would basically be, if they had the balls to be, they would do it. Yeah. But they're just too scared to commit to the bit. Look at that face, man. That looks like the guy. Do you remember Swirly Face? Tourist who went to Thailand and he concealed his identity by using the Photoshop swirl filter on his face, and the police just unswirled it.
Oh man.
Yeah. It looks like this guy. And I'm not saying, this is not something I'm saying lightly. I think these people are low. I think they're dirt. These motherfuckers are dark, and they have dark souls, and they're just like it's a person that's of a man's age but is mentally a child, or like emotionally a child. Yeah. It's like the nastiest thing you could imagine seeing. He's all smiles, he's all funny little jokes, he's joking around like he's in a commercial. I guarantee you that guy would somebody if he had the opportunity. Be aware of the fact that everything that they do is designed to filter out losers and trick winners into thinking that they're the best bet. A man is a ship that is out to sea. The sea is the chaos. The sea is the world. This is why women test you, is because women are like the ocean. Their job is to give you these tests to make sure that you are aloof, sealed off enough that the dangerous, scary, chaotic, uncertain world around you won't faze you. That's why women test, essentially, to check and make sure that your ship, that your manhood is steadfast, that you keep charging on. Women are not evil. I think women get it much worse too. I think the guys, a low test beta male guy begging for pussy, it's nasty. Okay, so when I talk trash about women, I gotta give it to them. I think they got it worse, at least in this area.
For everyone.
Of course, he's sponsored by BetterHelp.
But for business owners, it is.
You need to call BetterHelp. They helped me out big time. I really needed their help. I need BetterHelp. Call them for a 10% discount. BetterHelp.com/Jack. You know who I'm sponsored by?
Cyber Ghosts.
Loot Crate. Can you imagine being sponsored by BetterHelp? These beta males, get them out of your circle, man. They're dangerous. These are dangerous people. They'll fold on you. They'll gossip. And the way that they maneuver through life is in a feminine way it's gonna fuck up your shit somehow.
Have you seen the video of Twitch streamer getting caught live watching deep fake corn of his streamer friends?
Yeah, it was really funny and cool. That guy. Dude, crying like that on camera. I wonder what Hassan has to say about it. The deep fake scandal.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah. I don't know why you would allow people that much access to your real life unless they're playing it up. I mean, how do we know that is he playing it up to generate drama and headlines, or is he really being that much of a in front of millions of people?
I think he's really being that much of a.
Does he work with Pokimane?
All right. So anyway,
these are the guys that they'll fold, they'll turn on you, they'll gossip about you, they'll talk shit about you behind your back. But back in the day, I remember giving people gigs, like here's an editing gig or whatever, and then you'd see some like 4chan post. Someone would send you a 4chan post that's like, I have insider access to the core workings of MDE. I know Sam and Nick and Charles personally, and I have a lot of information about what it's like to work with them. And like sometimes we can pick up and tell like who it is. Someone that Charles doesn't even know, someone that Nick talked to once, and someone that I paid like $250 to do some thing.
Yeah.
I just emailed my dad. I wrote back to him. I wrote, do you want to reconnect? And he wrote me back a Reddit post. a melodramatic, the most unbelievable Reddit post.
The overuse of quotes is really
The use of italics.
yeah.
Did you get to that part yet?
Yeah.
Can you imagine writing something like that to your child?
No, never.
It's because I owe him $6,000.
It's not. That's like money for most, middle class or whatever families. That's like helping out money.
The day that I got that is the day that I came back in and did 12 rounds on the heavy bag. If this is you, fix it. Fix your T levels, start lifting, do what you got to do. Read That Way of the Superior Man, read A Fire in the Belly. It's another masculist book that you should read. Stop with this. It's me, Kitty Cat Man. If it was anarchy, Chris, I had to actually be on the lookout for stuff. And like we had to like protect our shit.
Yeah.
If I saw Kitty Cat Man out walking around out there, I'd go hit him with a hammer.
Yeah.
And like take his skin off to let other kitty cat men know that that's not welcome around here. These guys will throw a wrench in your.
They do get in your business.
Type of guy to slash your tires because you're going.
Men who have the ability to control their emotions like a woman does. I just fired somebody today, and I sent him $1,500. But I fired somebody for doing something that resulted in it was like a zero positive result for us. It got us nothing. And I sent him $1,500 so that he didn't feel bad about the situation.
Yeah.
I had to listen to his feelings for 20 minutes. He's talking about how he feels like that's really not a fair number. And he wanted $5,000. I was like, you did $0 worth of work. I'm not sending you $5,000. I'll send you another $1,500. If we can end this phone call and make it cool and smooth it over, I'll send you another $1,500. And he was like, well, I got to be honest with you. Then it will be hard feelings.
And that's generous.
I was just like, I'm extremely generous, man.
Yeah.
Like this kid, I was ready to give him $3,000 just to smooth things over and make him not feel burned by us. And he's like, well, then I have to be honest, it would be hard feelings.
And especially for client work like that, giving like a severance like that for a single client work job is I've never even heard of that. That's generous. So.
That's the charity levels are generous.
Get control over your emotions. The men acting like women, you got to stop. You got to get your T levels checked, read some books, lift some weights, do something, man.